Hi guys, so it's the market weekly close, and in this video I will basically show you how I review the market after every weekly close. So it could be a little longer than the usual. So this is so then first things first, you need to look at the major indices in a weekly time frame, and let's start with Nifty 50. So until last week or so, markets were still fine. This week there is bearishness. Why? Because you see, market after this not so bearish week tried to move higher, but you see the upper tail wick supply pushed it back. Okay, so there is the bearishness is not so very high, but nothing to worry about, at least right now. But the thing is, this kind if there is a bearishness which you think is going to come here, it will always start looking like this. Okay, so that's the point I want to make. Sensex similar, Nifty 500 is also similar. This is a doji. It's called a gravestone doji, uh, which is basically saying it's bearish because it didn't the close didn't close in the middle but in the lower half. Similar story across indices. Small cap is still okay. Mid cap is still okay. Micro cap is doing really good, and also this is also a base. Okay, so I don't know since when Nifty micro cap started, but from whatever data we have, it's a really nice breakout. So I thought something like this might come, but it did not come. It rather did this. So now the usual anticipation should be that okay, since it moved out far from the breakout area, the resistance, it might now pull back, and any sort of pullback would then give you time to get into the stocks of microcap 250. I don't know what stocks those are. IPOs are also looking really good. See how since so many weeks the 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 strength is so high. But the thing is, like, this kind of a movement will not go till here for sure. There will come a pullback. Okay, so wait for that pullback to place yourself in such a area that the risk is less and return is high. Same story across bank. PSU bank, I thought like it would take up out this level, but again some sort of bearishness is setting in. But you see there are two pivots. Above this pivot is bullish, below this pivot is bearish. So within this would be like, I think, minus 2% here and there. That much we should be able to bear. You know. So minus 3% we should be able to bear, if and anyways, if you are playing the index. uh, I don't know, some people might play short term, but for me I play index to for a positional kind of a view. So so I will be playing this guy for this kind of a view. So I am around 9% up in here, so I will definitely be ready to give 3%. uh, so Private Bank also same story. Nifty IT, these are all mostly mid cap stocks, mid cap and this one. So it doesn't look really great. It but as long as this line is okay, we are okay. Similar story. So similar kind of a candle you are seeing in everywhere except power. Okay, so power looks really lucrative to me, because so I would have expected, because of the general market condition, that power would close somewhere at either in the middle or in the lower half. But excitingly, power has closed at the upper half of the candle. So which means that, hey, this is not a simple force. So looks exciting to me, at least right now. Oh, so you see PSE. I mean, I have been telling stories about PSE, and PSE is real. Okay, so still very strong. So Nifty Reality has a double bottom breakout last week, and a little bit of a flow of a follow through. Now you can already imagine that this is part of a bigger base, right? So this is the O'Neill cup in, I mean, the O'Neill base pivot would be this, the actual high, but this was a mm, if Minervini would see this, he would say that okay, this is like uh, uh, a cheat pivot, right? So you have 1 2 resistance, and the third time it crossed it. So there's a cheat pivot, also a double bottom pivot, right? So uh, for the future, in the sense like if there is actually a bull run coming, then realty stocks will really do good because the base is really sound, right? See, industrials, man, do you think industrials care about the market right now? No. um, they are really strong, and it's a broke out from. See, does reality look, it is here right now, the reality ka thingy. You see, this is a reality's nifty reality chart, and does it not look like how what the industrials were some couple of weeks ago? So see, this is a really nice base forming in reality, which could actually lead to a move like this. Uh, Now, on another note, it could be that industrials are actually topping. So, if you have read my article on bullish and bullish breakout, what this week happened is a bullish and bullish breakout, which means that the breakout of a channel which is ascending. Why bullish on bullish? Because the ascending channel is already bullish, and the breakout out of that is like really bullish, right? So there can be two types: type 1 or type 2. Type 1 is actually a good one, and after type 1 breakout, what happens is then the price moves in another ascending channel which is even higher in slope, matlab momentum is actually picking up. But the type 2 one is actually, this is an exhaustion, wherein what happens in after a couple of more points above, then it actually comes back inside the base. So we'll have to be a little careful with that, but for now, at least from this graph, everything is fine. See, industrials, capital goods is also doing the same thing. This is also bullish and bullish breakout now. So chemicals, not that great, not that great. uh, Chini Chini is setting up, okay, but again, it's not uberly bullish, right? So if let's say Chini takes out this pivot point, and then we can see, then there's sort of, let's say if you are counting the T's, uh, I hope by now everyone counts the T's whenever they see a nice consolidation. So this is second T. We would still feel that there are some more T's coming. Yeah, something like this. So only when this breakout happens, then one could look at Gini stocks. Fin service is here like 1 to 3. For some weeks, it's still languishing. Anything only only the base breakout above this is there bullishness, right? So see, this guy looks interesting to me, telecom. Okay, somehow I think that this rally, uh, once it breaks out of this kind of a trend line, could actually go and hit this trend line. This is just my very early prediction. Uh, this this pattern is called a megaphone. It's actually a reverse triangle. So reverse triangle, and see, generally this pattern should come till the support, but it did not come, which means that there is bullishness. And you see that this low is also a higher low. Okay, so this would be a very early entry if you are going to enter telecom stocks, because now you can say that this is a entry before a breakout of this pivot. So once this pivot is taken out, then this pivot will be taken out, and then people will actually see telecom sector, and this would be the breakout of all-time high, and then it could hit this one. Okay, so let's track this. This is how you build your anticipation game and your confidence in chart reading as well. So we will review this every week, how it plays out. Same story, manufacturing, um, commodities is okay. FMCG, whatever we talked about, that bullish and bullish breakout happened couple of weeks ago. You see, it's quite bullish, right? So now we can expect some sort of pullback. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know why people are making so much noise on metal. For me, metal is bullish only above this. Infra, similar to reality, infra is also are looking okay. We have this channel and we'll have to see how it goes. So auto may what's happening is we see some sort of exhaustion or supply coming in, and this supply also coming in this sort of a channel cutoff. Yeah, so you see these channels, these are imaginary lines, but they actually work, so how come only in the channel top this guy is meeting supply? We don't know, but it's what it is. Natural gas, nothing much consumption. Hmm. So, API names, it's not that I expect, but it's good if we see this kind of a pullback because we already have seen a good rally here. 30% rally, 32% rally is here, and then we want to see a pullback, and then you can get in. Um, Crypto's not looking that great. Okay, okay. Mm, Okay, so what's happening in gold? So gold is sort of trying to find a support here, and that also probably coincides with maybe not, but you can see that gold is trying to find a this one. So so this is also the MA is also what MA is this? Probably this is 50-day moving average. Um, Let me change the color. 20 matlab 5 to that 100-day moving average. I don't want 100-day, I want 50 and 200. 50 and 200, right? So oh fuck it. Yeah, so we'll have to see if uh, this is support, but it's surely a lower pivot. Okay, how is it a lower pivot? I mean, I have a small video which will go live tomorrow, but if you see lower pivot means basically a point, a low which is lower than the previous candle but also is lower than the next candle. So this is a pivot. And similarly, what's a higher pivot? Higher pivot is a candle high wherein the high is higher than the candle flanking it. So iska high say bhi higher hai and the next candle ka say bhi higher hai, right? So then now you have you can draw your pivots. Okay, so this is beyond this is bullish and below this is bearish, right? Dollar, Motilal, I mean, these guys are like ripping, man. Now you can see that there's a huge cup and handle. I mean, the cup of the handle, of a probable handle which may come in. And you also see that in when this kind of a base is building, you always see when the downtrend is happening, then you have lower volume, and when the uptrend comes, then the uptrend comes with volume. So this gives you more uh, this gives you more vishwas over that, that okay, this is an accumulation, this is a sound accumulation in the base. Okay, so see, like this the chart will tell you. uh, yeah, I mean, it's Nasdaq also looks like how the Mafang stocks are looking like. This is also good, everything is good. Okay, let me just drop this. um, See, semiconductors are leading the rally for sure. Okay, um, the right. So now you see what's happening in Tesla. So Tesla, after a 100% move here, 113% move, made a very nice flag ka mast, flag one, flag two. The second T was actually a nice shakeout. It shook out people who thought that this was the pivot point, right? And as soon as it shook out, and then it moved back, it ripped. Now what happened here? Last week the flag mast also broke. It also broke the flag all-time high. Now I thought that it will probably take some resistance in this line, which is the imaginary line of the head and shoulder ka neckline. Okay, so this is the shoulder, head, shoulder, and this is the neckline. But probably no, it looks really strong. See how the volumes are coming up. Institutions are lapping it up, right? Uh, yeah, things are great, and you always let's remember this kind of the anticipations we build here. Surely one of the three will happen, right? Hong Sang, we have our anticipation game on. China, France. So, so from looking at this, what I am making out in the head is like, okay, there is some bearishness setting in select this one, select sectors, but there are some select sectors which are probably trying to bounce back, like the energy, not energy, the power, and some select sectors are really powerful. Like for example, the industrials, manufacturing, those guys, right? So that's what I am taking away from the reading this week of this week. So now let's go and see our breadth. What breadth says. So breadth here says that again there is bearishness setting up, right? So from here you can see the reverse fish hook curling down. So if you see 200 made a double top here. So the top is 60, the second top is also at around 60, right? So now you can also, again, these things will also be similar like how we read different other charts. So this is a base. Now probably we'll have a handle and then again we'll rip up higher, right? Similarly, 50 also has like a similar level top, and probably and we will unless and until it makes a low which is higher than the previous low 72, we are good. I mean, and same thing also for 20. So 20 will probably make like a, so you can imagine this as a flag, and this is a 1T, probably a second T will come, third T, and then eventually we will be ready to either rip higher or eventually we will break down for a longer downtrend. So anything is possible. Similar story in the stage 2, in the stage analysis one. Similar story also, probably see you the advanced decline line, the 69-day version, has also made a sort of small reverse hook, but it's still okay. Now see what's happening in the RSI distribution plot. The over sold levels are starting to rise. So when does oversold level starting to rise? When there is bearish momentum, right? So bearishness will increase, this guys will also increase. Okay. So this also shows that whatever we saw on the weekly charts of the indices, that the bearishness is setting up, this also corroborates with that. Um, and then also overbought is making a peak. Yesterday also I showed you this, and it's going down. Once the bullishness again comes back, then this guy will also turn and make the fish hook. High low is turn down, but again, as long as we make higher lows, we are still okay, and we will in the medium term we will be okay if this 43.8 is still respected. um, this guy also start to turn down. um, uh, right, so basically this is also the breadsheet is also corroborating what we're seeing right now. Let me show you some other charts. So first chart which you see every week is, remember what is the chart? That's the number of stocks which had a highest 52-week closing. And if you remember, until last week, every week the charts were closing higher and higher, in the sense the number of stocks which are hitting 52-week high close were higher and higher. Guess what happens this week? We have a lower number. So this is a very early indication that maybe this uptrend is now going to consolidate for some time. This is, remember, this is early indication. Okay, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि okay अभी deep dive जाएगा, nose dive जाएगा, नीचे जाएगा. But the data will tell you, and this is what we have in here. Similarly, if you look at the 52-week low, okay, 52-week low is actually nil. So what it's saying is that it's not saying, oh, everything is bearish, but it's only saying that the bullishness is trying to lose its steam, okay, or consolidate. Now I want to point out another data. So Why 52-week high close list is important or helps you? It helps you to see when the uptrend is coming to a close, whereas the 52-week low data tries to tell you when the bearishness is going to stop, right? So you see, until 31st March, we had 350, about more than 300 stocks which are hitting 52-week low. And right after that, what happened? Zoom. Number of stocks making low stopped. Okay, and this is the similar time. So when we had the reversal, uh, so this was on April 3, right? So what happens in April 3? April 3, uh, yeah, April 3 we start to rip higher, you know. Uh, so so these are so if we had also like drawn a line like this, we knew that this guy was not kidding. So this guy was not kidding. So something like that. So these secondary breadth indicators will help you as a uh, which help you to corroborate whatever you are looking at the price action. So price action is supreme. इसको तो इसी को देखना है सबसे पहले. All right. What else? Yeah, 52-week high stocks are still high. 203 out of 2000 stocks are still making 52-week highs, right? So we still have stocks which will make you money. Just be specific. Pick the stocks which have higher risk reward ratio. Right now is not the time to go big on stocks which have already run up, right? Okay, quickly I will now, because it's just 21 minutes, so it's a weekend video, we can at least stretch it 10 more minutes. So now I will show you what's going on with my own trading. So Electra is looking okay, looking fine. Actually, it's looking really good, to be honest. See, so this is what happens. This was the 742 was the previous one. It got taken out. Very bullish, very bullish, I have to say. And after this getting taken out, it is now sort of going sideways. So this would be the pivot high, and this would be the pivot low. Okay, so as long as it's meandering inside, I am fine, because I have already because of the market conditions as well, I have already taken out 50% of whatever remains, or whatever I had put. And it's actually looking really good. Why? I'll to tell you. So in 30 minutes time frame, it's making another very nice VCP. See, I mean, I just love this. Like, I mean, there is nothing when I see in this chart which is telling me, bro, ये और ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. Everything is telling me, bro, this is gonna rip more, right? So then I also thought, like, last 5 minutes maybe I should add on this candle, so that I will take this move if it comes. But again, I thought, okay, ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. So you see, this is first T, second T, third T, and in my opinion, it's ready. -6, -4, -2. So essentially, if you are to put a GTT, let's say 0.5% above this, and this I'm showing you because this is how you should put your GTT. You can't put like exactly here, okay? Because it'll just touch and then again come back, and they'll be like, oh, phas gaya, you know. So put it a little higher. Let's say at least here, you know, which is 5% above. So if this is your GTT level 824, then you can have uh, a stop loss which is below 3%, and let's say for every position you risk maximum of 1%. ठीक है, so just imagine how much of your total portfolio you can put it in one trade, you know. So 10% stop loss with a 10% portfolio position is 1%, right? But for under 3%, you can size it up to 30%, and still your risk, if this trade goes against you, is under 1%, you know. So I'll be talking about this thing more tomorrow, but these are advanced techniques how you can, you know, size things up when you know that the risk reward is on your favor, and when you know that this guy is setting up, and almost 8 out of 10 times when this chart sets up like this, the breakout is going to come, right? So those are the things you put 1 plus 1 in your favor. It's like, having a fast bowler bowling in England, right? What if that fast bowler is Wasim Akram, you know, or a great swing bowler? Hey, what if it's more information? What if it's overcast condition? Then the probability of that guy taking a wicket increases. Hey, what if the batsman is actually a tail ender batsman? So that's how you stack probabilities on your favor, and then you can go big. Okay, let's move on to some other names. So this guy also I like, I like. I'm still holding this, and why I like is, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called a what's the word I use? This is called a uniform downtrend or uniform pullback, right? The pullback is not zig 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 like एक ऊपर गया एक नीचे. Everything so uniform, so uniform, so uniform. This is the kind of pullback we like. This is the kind of pullback we like, and we like to trade. Plus, also see that volumes are decreasing, 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 which means supply is getting less and less and less and less. And at some point of time, even a little bit of buying will make that zoom 8 to 10% candle. And that's why I'm placed. I have placed myself in here, right? Aarti surfactant is also looking good in my opinion. So high, low, high, low, high, but this low, if this low is higher than the previous low, that's actually an entry point, and the actual entry point would be above this 642. So I'm holding this. This is about 9 or 10% of my portfolio. Uh, yeah, this is actually a mistake. I'll share with you guys sometime. I have written it down. I'll share more later. Sirka is also doing well, and I am very happy with today's candle. So you see, after this 8% move yesterday, I could have sold here, but I did not, because I want to actually want to play this for a longer move, which is the ACR. So लंबा जाएगा टाइप लग रहा है मेरे को ये. So in that case, I held it, and it gave me more confidence because there was a nice lower wick, which means that, hey, people are actually accumulating. They don't want to sell. Whatever they sold, they bought it here. So it's also looking good. D-Bowl is looking good. You see, this was the point where you could have entered for a reversal kind of a trade, because this is a tight area. So if you had entered here, your stop loss would have been really really small, 3-4% or so. And this also looks like a breakout to me. So now the next possible place of resistance is this. We'll see how it develops. This guy uh, is not moving anywhere, but again, price action is looking better. uh, let's see how it goes. PSU Bank, not a great candle, but hopefully there will be support around this level. Adorfo also. I mean, I'm leaving this trade. This is just 5% of my capital. I'm leaving this trade because this guy is like inching higher every week, like 2-3%, 2-3%. So why bother a trade which is going something like this, right? I have gotten enough lessons to not fiddle fuck trade which is working for you for a couple of bucks. Let it move. Uh, yeah, we'll see after that. This guy is okay. Bought it somewhere here, 18.15 or 25. So I will let this guy a little bit time for it to work. Okay. So that was the video today. So we discussed breadth. We discussed um, breadth is looking okay, and yeah. So tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. I'll see you guys live, and I have a lot to talk about. I will basically talk about trading statistics. Okay, trading statistics is something each and every one. I don't care if you're a day trader or a swing trader or a long-term investor, you out to know your trading statistics, which means that if you take 100 trades, if I ask you, bro, what's your trading strategy, you have to say that if I take 100 trades, Prakash, I generally go right 50 out of 100 trades, and I lose, with each trade I lose 100 rupees, but with each trade successful I make 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees, whatever. That statistics is which I want you guys to know. Okay, and that has implications. That has psychological implications. Okay, so I'll see you guys.